guys, welcome to the 3 Generic TV studios. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do for a job?
Okay, I'm Rachel McCallum and I work for the DMLN in the Yorkshire Plus region and coordinate the team of Learning and Development Officers up there.
Great.
And I'm Gage and I work as an op in Leeds with a project called Chapel FM and I also make some films as well on the side.
Nice. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the login that you've just done?
Okay, well we led a login on same-sex marriage. And we decided that we were going to focus in on that topic particularly because the church are in this consultation process at the moment, and we thought it was really important that the young people had an opportunity to focus on that question.
And what was the response in the login for the young people?
It was quite nice actually, because I think we both went in there not really knowing what to expect from the reaction wise, because it's such an opinionated subject. But actually, it was very much the same answer throughout everyone. It was very positive. It was very that something should be done about it, and that kind of came across throughout everyone really.
Mm.
Excellent. And you're part of the church leadership, I guess, in some sense, or other. How is the church responding, particularly with young people's voices and a generational movement and change of opinion, I guess, in some senses? How is the church going to deal with that?
I think it's really interesting. I think we are at a brink now of the church having to get on board really with where the young people are at. One of the things I found really interesting is that the young people are also pushing for biblical teaching around this. And so what I was really keen to do was give them some of the same material that we use with the adults in this process. So we used the conference report, Lamp for My Feet, Light for My Path. We got the young people to think about, where they stand on interpreting the Bible. We looked at the biblical texts and we tried to unpack those with them a little bit. So we sort of based it around Wesley's quadrilateral and worked through scripture, tradition, reason and experience, and gave them an opportunity really to make that journey. And as Gage says, there was lots of different interactive activities which I hope has empowered them so that they're not just going back thinking what they've always thought, but they've actually got the toolkit really to go back into their churches and have some of those informed conversations with their adults.
Yeah, Gage, did you change your opinion looking at all the information? Did it change your opinion anything, or did you go in with the same opinion you're left with?
I think I went in with a same opinion, but actually the knowledge behind it has changed a lot. In the session I actually learnt quite a lot. Yeah. I was taking part in the interactive things and actually learnt things while doing it, which was really nice to be able to kind of go into a session and then go out with a more informed opinion. I think that's the same. That's a fantastic thing to be able to have.
That's good. Rachel, if you are someone watching this or a young person wanting to find out more about same-sex marriage and the conversation, how can they do that? Where do they go to find more information?
I think they should start with their minister, their youth worker if they've got one, and then through their DMLN team. And there are 2 representatives in every district who have done some training at Cliff on how to have the conversation with their circuits and their churches. So it's really important that they don't get brushed off, but they get passed up to a place where they can actually be invited into the conversation and hear their voice heard at district level.
Okay, so how important do you think it is for the young people's voices, for us to share our voices? Because it's not sometimes just about us being heard, but it's also about us speaking. How important do you think that is?
I think it's incredibly important, and I think the thing is with a lot of young people that we see at 3 Generate is that it's that actually getting their voices out there. It's a difficult subject to talk about, is same-sex marriage, and to be able to actually speak up about it and speak openly and speak their opinions, I think is the most important thing. Even if it's not particularly listened to, at least they're challenging what they're thinking, and at least it's getting their voice out there and hopefully heard as well.
That's great. Thanks so much for sharing, guys. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.